What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about HyperLiquid today. Hype USD. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are sitting at about $73 with roughly 10 hours left in the day. Before we get into the short-term stuff, I do want to say that I believe hype will continue pushing higher. I do believe that we will at least see $80, if not maybe even more. We'll get into those targets later, but I want to talk about the short-term stuff first. Okay, so again, thank you all for being here. It's the second day of June. We got 10 hours left in the day. Hit that like button. Let's go. 1 hour time frame here. Looking at this, you've been consolidating now since the first, so since yesterday. You moved up, consolidating here right in this range. I don't suspect that we'll break down from this range. I do suspect we'll break out to the upside. Anything can happen, but you've had a couple of moments where you've looked rather bearish and still you prevailed both times, right? Not a lot of volume coming in on this selling off, to be fair. If we're looking at this with our indicators, the 1 hour indicators, 1 hour RSI does have a bit of a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, and with that we can still continue going lower. The stochastics are at the 50. Maybe we reject here. That's common enough. You found support at the 50 before, support here. You can find support right there, support right there. You can find resistance here. The MACD are at the 0. There's reasons to find support. There's a little bit of bullishness, a little bit of bearishness. It's hard to say. At the end of the day, I don't think that we break out to the downside. Even if we see lower lows, maybe we just bounce off of this point of resistance. I don't think anything extreme is going to happen with hype here, and I do suspect that we will move up in a matter of no time. Maybe we move back to 70 or just below $70 before moving up, but I do think that we'll continue moving up at some point. We look at the 4 hour time frame. There's a little fly, little gnat. 4 hour time frame here. The RSI is bullish overall, right? You're getting overbought. You're not getting oversold. You're living above the 50 predominantly. You're barely living below the 50. Very, very bullish environment. You do have lower lows here. You also have higher lows in the price. It's hidden bullish divergence. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. Stochastics, same thing. Lower lows, but higher lows in the price. Hidden bullish divergence. Where'd it go? So little. They're so agile. Oh, there you are. Bam. That time he wasn't agile enough. Third time's a charm. I've taken a life today. Here we are looking at this on the 4 hour. The MACD, you've got lower levels here with higher levels here. There is a little bit of bearish divergence. And again, maybe you see a little bit of recourse because of that. I don't care how low we go. Even if I'm wrong and we do break out of this to the downside, I would still suspect that we prevail at some point. We come back up to this area. I suppose the 4 hour time frame is showing a little bit more signs of wanting to cool off. And if we do cool off, maybe from this low to this high here, you could expect to see the 382 to the golden ratio. That's anywhere from $61 to $67. That's not the call that I'm making right now. I think we are a little bit more bullishly postured than bearishly postured, but anything can happen. If we do get below $70, I would say 67 to 63 is very, very likely. Okay. Daily time frame. Even with that, those lower targets being a possibility, I still believe that we're going to see higher prices in time. We look at this actually maybe on a weekly time frame. We take this prior all-time high to the low that we had here in January, and the 1272 is right there at $79. Now this is the area that I expect us to interact with. Before we go looking forward, let's look back. Okay, from a low here to a high, or a high to a low here. Where did you stop? You did stop just below your 1272, again, kind of like we are now. And then you came down, and then you found support, you had a higher low, and then you moved up through your 1272, actually. That's where you found resistance, up in this area. You went through your 1272, just below your 1414. Your golden ratio, your 1618, is actually very close now from this prior all-time high to this low here, very close to that 1272. There's a lot of congruence, a lot of significance right here in this area. Maybe, like this time, where you were close to your 1272 and you came back down to your 100 and then you moved up. Maybe you're close to your 1272, you come back down to $60 and then you move up, something like that. $62, maybe then you move up, whatever. I don't care if it takes a week or a month, but at some point soon, I do assume you're going to see $81. And probably, like your prior two highs, right? Here, you're in this high area. Here, you're in this high area. It's not going to be for a moment that you're here. It's going to be for some months, and then you sell off. Right, so probably going into the summer here, we're going to see hype in this area of $60 to $80, maybe even more than that, right? Because again, your golden ratio is all the way up here at 88 or 81.8, but then from here, from a high to a low, your golden ratio appears at 114, and that lines up well with this fib, the 1886 as well. So there's a lot of potential to play around in this range. You didn't stop at this 1272. You went a little bit above it. There's a lot of potential to play around in this range. I don't know if I believe that hype gets above $100 on this run, personally. But I do think you stand a chance to go above 90. I do think you do. And maybe that's a month from now. Maybe that's next week. It can happen in a very short or a moderate amount of time. But I digress. Looking at this on the daily time frame, RSI is very strong. Very, very strong. Very healthy overall, man. Very healthy structure. Higher lows like this, higher highs like that. It's sloppy a little bit at times. You've got some blemishes here and there. But overall, pretty good structure. Stochastics are overbought, phenomenal. MACD looks bullish as hell. Now, if you close the day like this, you got 10 hours left. We'll see how you close the day. If you close the day like this, you do have bearish divergence confirmed on the MACD. And that, again, maybe I was too quick to say that we'll break out to the upside from here. Maybe we do pull back to that $62, $67 area. Maybe we do. But 10 hours left in the day is a lot of time. If we can close the day green, build some bullish momentum here, that bearish divergence is not confirmed yet. Okay. No bearish divergence on the stochastics. No bearish divergence confirmed on the RSI. A lot of potential to move up here, you guys. Okay. Weekly time frame. All the indicators are bullish beyond belief. The only thing that I'll leave you with here at the end is, from a low to a high here, from a low to, let's just say, a high here, you did continue moving up, but this is like the meat of the move. We take this low to high here. The meat of that move, takes you to $83. We take this low to high here. You've already seen that. So you're already within your range of like what we would expect the meat of the move to be. You're right in that range of where things will start to slow down. Doesn't mean you can't climb higher. But again, in the essence of what I was saying in the beginning of the video, if you're in it for the long term, likely at some point over the coming months, we will see a little bit of a pullback. We will see a higher low being formed, but it will probably take us even below these prices. I don't care how high we go, $80, $90, $115. I don't care how high we go. We will likely come back below this point here, $73. Okay. So if you're in it for the short term, great. Have some fun. Be patient. Wait. DCA in as the price goes down if it does. If you're in it for the long term, this is not a point at which you DCA. You don't DCA for the long term at all-time highs. And likely you will have an opportunity to buy back below $50 in time. Just maybe not anytime soon. Soon's relative. I don't know. Soon could be 3 months from now. I think sure. Anytime soon, yeah. Not anytime soon. Could be 3 months from now is what I meant to say. Maybe it's 6 months from now. But at some point, yes. I think that we will see a little bit of recovery to the downside. And that'll be an opportunity to load up for the longer term. I digress. What's Hype's market cap right now? Yeah, you've got a lot of room to run. I mean, this thing, $17 billion, guys. It's a drop in the bucket in this crypto game. This thing has the potential, it really does have the potential to see $100 billion or more to achieve some legendary status if it maintains itself. On that note, real quick, just to end the video, because for anybody that's stuck around, you probably like hearing me talk to some degree. Let's look at Home real quick. Home, for those of you that don't know, it's a crypto, and first and foremost, what a horrible time to buy. What a horrible time to buy. It's a crypto that taps into HyperLiquid's liquidity. So they use HyperLiquid's liquidity, and they're a DEX just like HyperLiquid is. Okay, so Home is the crypto, the DeFi app is the exchange. They do tournaments or seasons where you kind of battle. You can join clans or whatever for trading. It's all like trading based competitions and stuff like that, and you get rewards, airdrops, discounts, whatever, depending on how much you trade with them. It's like HyperLiquid but a little bit dumbed down. They're a great product. I actually had an issue with them, and it was my issue, but I contacted customer service, and having customer service in crypto is kind of like having oxygen on the moon. It's just a very rare thing. It doesn't exist really, but these people were very helpful and very quick to respond. And it was my fault anyways. I used the wrong email, but I thought that my funds were lost or something, but I just used the wrong email. I have like a few different emails that I use, so I got mixed up on the email. But anyways, I have nothing but good things to say about these guys. It's an interesting project, and they've got a very, very low market cap. They tap in to Hype's liquidity. So with that in mind, whenever HyperLiquid is pumping, Home is pumping. When HyperLiquid pumps 90%, Home pumps 300%. We see larger moves because it's got a lower market cap. This thing has $190 million versus Hype having $18 billion. So if you're looking at Hype and you're seeing that next pump come, maybe think of Home. Think of the DeFi app because it's kind of connected to Hype. All right? And not necessarily, but yes, kind of. Okay? Not just that, but there's another one called Lighter. Lighter Exchange, which is, I think, a little bit more sophisticated than, and it's not this lit. Okay, lit. It's not this one. It's not Litentry. It's Lighter. Lighter is, I would say, a very good. It's like HyperLiquid, except zero fees. They have zero fees. They have really decent liquidity, especially on the larger pairs. Stocks, commodities, you can trade it all. I mean, it's a pretty interesting exchange. And this one, I mean, HyperLiquid's been doing well. Lighter's been doing all right. Obviously, HyperLiquid, I think, pumped more than Lighter, but still, Lighter pumped a little bit here. Just thinking here, if you're looking at HyperLiquid as a good investment, Home might be a good one. Lighter might be a good one. Just kind of in that same niche, throwing out other opportunities, other ideas for anybody who might be looking for them. If that's what you're looking for. So. It doesn't have to be just a one-sided, one-ended thing. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.